Hey groupers, Pastor Marshall. This second passage in the book of Hebrews focuses on the angels, but the Jews missed it. I started my message by talking about a trip up the 395, and so many times people point at Lone Pine Peak and they say that it's Mount Whitney when it's not Mount Whitney. It's so easy for us to make these kind of mistakes in life, to get focused on the wrong thing. And so what was something, I would say, from an earlier part in your life, maybe from your childhood, your teenage years, your 20s, what was something that you focused on that was the wrong motivation? It was the wrong thing to focus on. Might have been something good, but you were focusing on the wrong part. Well, the author of Hebrews is going to clearly talk about Jesus is superior to the angels. And so just make a list. How does the author of Hebrews say that Jesus is superior to the angels? Now, one thing he's going to say, as a little help, is he's going to say that his name is superior. According to this passage, what is the name that Jesus inherited? And then, what does it mean that Jesus is begotten? How does that make him different than the angels, and how does that make him different from us? What does this biblical term begotten mean, and how does it relate to Jesus? Well, what are the angels' relationship to Jesus? According to this passage, you might need to make a list there. And what role do they play in his life? This is a good time to do a little survey of the New Testament. I want you to look up Matthew 1:20. And what does it say about the angel's role in Jesus' life there and around there? And then look up Luke 1:28. And what does it say about the angel's role in Jesus' life there and around there? And then look up Luke 2:10 and 13. What does it say about the angel's role in Jesus' life there? Then look up Matthew 4:11. What angel's role in Jesus' life there? And then look up Luke 22, verse 43, and what role the angels play in Jesus' life there. And then finally, look up Matthew 28:2, and again answer what role did Jesus and the angels, what role did the angels play in Jesus' life there. And then as you look up these 6 different passages, I want you to notice that most of them are at the beginning and then some are at the end. What else does that tell us about the roles of the angels in Jesus' life? Well, after you've done that little Bible sword drill, what are some of the ways that the portrait of angels presented in this passage are different than the portrait of angels presented in our contemporary culture? How does our Western pop culture present angels, and how does that differ from the way that the author of Hebrews presents them? And then are there any similarities? There's certainly some differences. Are there any similarities that you notice? Well, what are the angels' relationships with the church? According to this passage, what are the relationships with us? And does that differ in any way that you previously thought before this message, before studying this passage? What did you think that the angels' roles were in your life? Well, the angels have developed into a very important part of Jewish thinking. And so the author of Hebrews starts with angels. So just to finish up your group discussion, I would get you to thinking about what is a major part of Western thinking that could be a very important place for us to start when we share about Jesus. The author of Hebrews starts with angels because it's developed into angelology for the Jews, and so he starts there in presenting Jesus. I just wonder, are there some major things in our culture that you think would be great starting places for us as church members, as ambassadors of Christ? We're the ones that are going to shine the light that we could use. Well, and then just a quick little reminder of our application this last week. Our ODG, our old dead guy, was J. Vernon McGee. And J. Vernon McGee just said, I'd rather have Jesus with me every day than an angel, which of course is what the Bible teaches us. And so my challenge for you this week was to focus on being aware of the presence of Jesus, not to be thinking about guardian angels or that angels protected us at some point in time, but to really ascribe all of these things to Jesus. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful group, and I look forward to seeing you next week as we dig into Hebrews chapter 2.